What's your favorite Rocket League Black Market goal explosion? I have mine and I'm about to rank them, so let's see where we agree and where we disagree. What's up guys, welcome to another video. It seems like we got a great response with last month's sponsor, so they're back again. That's right, it's aoeah.com. For cheap Rocket League items, make sure to check them out. The link is in the description below. Use the promo code TVG for 6% off. This will help you to get the items you want without paying full price. If you have a lot of items just laying around in your inventory, check out their website. Your items could be worth a lot more than you think. This is a legit site, guys. Go and check them out. Don't forget to use the promo code TVG for 6% off. I'm Jess for Top Viral Gaming, and now let's get right into it. Today we're ranking all Black Market Rarity Goal Explosions in our tier list. We've done a few of these tier ranking videos, so I'm sure most of you know how this works. If you don't, it's real simple. S is the best tier and D is the worst. But D doesn't mean it's bad, it's just not as good as the ones above it. Alright guys, so let's start things off with Polypop, shall we? This one is pretty cool. I love the geometric design and the overall look on how it pops up when you make a goal. Even more so, I love this color. The color is really what ties this whole thing together. The light blue on black gives it this nice futuristic vibe to it, and it's really just awesome to look at. It's a great one, but not good enough to put it in the A tier. So let's go ahead and place it in the B tier. Let's pull up Meteor Storm next. I can definitely see myself using this one a lot simply because I really like meteors. Though this goal explosion comes and goes real fast, the effect is still pretty nice. If there was one thing I would want with this, it would be to add more meteors or add more destruction to the effect. But still, it's pretty cool and it would be one I can see worth 2,000 credits. I've got this one in the B tier. Okay, we'll do Popcorn next. The way this explosion looks is certainly satisfying, but this one just doesn't seem as cool to me as the other Black Market explosions. Don't get me wrong, I love popcorn and I've even indulged in it a few times while playing. I'm going to put this one in the D tier, but remember guys, D tier doesn't mean it isn't good. It's just not as good as the ones above it. It could be worse. We could start ranking some of these in the F tier, but none of these are that terrible. Now, if you ever get your hands on the popcorn goal explosion, I have to warn you, it does cause actual popcorn cravings. Trust me, been there, done that. Okay, so this next one is called Fireworks. Now this goal explosion isn't too flashy, pardon the pun. It's as the name says, a whole bunch of fireworks. The goal explosion comes in many different sizes and colors, of course. It's certainly an okay goal explosion, but it doesn't hold much in the wow department. But who doesn't like a good fireworks show, right? I've got this one going into the C tier. I find this next one to be really cool. I'm talking about the Solar Flare. It has a pretty spacey vibe to it, and it actually emulates what a solar flare actually looks like. The effects last pretty long too, so you can get a good look and just watch its solar flare itself out of existence. Again, one of my favorites and one that I'm pretty sure many would be proud to have. And just like that, we've got our first A tier goal explosion. Now this one isn't one of my favorites. Righteous Gale is fairly simple in how it plays. The explosion is small and fast, so it does leave much to be wanted. Though the cool effect that this one has, in my opinion, is certainly the cute little stars that come with the explosions and the way the graphics are done for that as well. This one is very cartoonish, and that's just what makes it land in the C tier for me. Next up is Sub-Zero. No, not the Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero, but both are very cool if you ask me. Actually, Sub-Zero is my favorite Mortal Kombat character. This goal explosion lasts fairly long, which gives it extra points in my book. At the end, you can see the little fragments of ice just go all over the goal, so it's a nice touch for the ending of a goal explosion animation. Let's go ahead and put Sub-Zero in the B tier with the Polypop and Meteor Storm, shall we? This next explosion is certainly a cause for celebration. It's one that's definitely on the fun side. I'm talking about Party Time. The effect of this one lasts quite long. It's certainly a sight to see. There's just something about balloons and confetti coming out of the goal when you make it that just makes it all the more enjoyable, you know? However, this isn't enough to land this explosion any higher than the D tier. Tune is another explosion in the D tier simply because it's lacking more in the After Effects department. The explosion itself is really cool. It's just that it's a little bit short and it gives more to be desired, you know? The cel-shaded graphics and the way it looks like it's something out of a comic book or a cartoon is certainly awesome. This one for sure has a pretty good nostalgia factor for some of us too. Let's take a look at one I think I really like, and that's Shattered. This one is cool just because of how the effect is done really. I love how the effect slowly goes and covers most of the entire goal, and then after it absorbs everything, only then does it explode. It certainly is one of the more well-built and well-animated goal explosions out of the whole bunch, and it's super satisfying to watch it again and again and again. Like legit, guys. Okay, let's do this. The first one on our list to end up here, S tier for Shattered. What do you guys think of our rankings so far? Do you agree with us? Make sure to hit that like button to let us know. Comment down below with which goal explosions you think we got right and which ones you think we got wrong. Now, Voxel looks pretty decent because it reminds me of these old school retro games I used to play when I was younger. I wish that it lasted a little bit longer though. The effects here go by really quick, like in and out real fast. But at the end of the day, it's an explosion, and the fact that it's pixelated makes it good enough to escape the D tier and land in the C tier. Next up, Dueling Dragons. This one really wowed me when I first saw it. It reminds me a little of Hanzo and Genji from Overwatch. The way the effects look as it flies across the map is something to look at for sure. The Rocket League community loves it, and so do we. But the big downside to this is the price point. It makes sense though, considering how awesome it would be to have this. We're doing a spotlight feature on this goal explosion really soon, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that if you're a fan of the Dueling Dragons explosion. Personally, I got this one in the A tier. It's that good. Paper Dragon is something akin to the Dueling Dragons, except it has more of a Chinese New Year feel to it. The dragons flying around and breathing fire before it disappears certainly has a cool effect. The thing I like about this personally is the sound effect that comes with it. I don't know, there's just something about that chime and the dragon roars that ties this all together. Play this one on the Forbidden Temple map for sure just to get that whole feel as well. Not quite as good as Dueling Dragons in my opinion, so I've got this one in the B tier. This next goal explosion is loved, and I mean loved by the Rocket League community. And it's easy to see why. The flames give off that menacing vibe, and what's even cooler is the skull at the end, putting your opponents into flight mode. Certainly this is the one that I would use and one that I would openly flaunt out in tournaments too. It's heading into the A tier for me. This next one is very underrated in my opinion. I think this goal explosion would be a great one to own. I'm talking about Electroshock. The coolest thing about this goal explosion is the lightning effect that spreads around throughout the whole field. Not a lot of goal explosions have that large of a range, and to me, it just shows how customizable this game can continue to get. Like I said, very underrated for sure. If you ever get the chance to get one of these, well, use it a lot, and don't be afraid to show it off. Let's drop this goal explosion into the A tier. Now let's take a look at Neuro Agitator. I gotta say, this one looks really cool. It's more on the weirder side of things when it comes to the black market explosions. It looks like you just summon some eldritch monster every time you score a goal. There's also this eye in the middle and these weird vines going out and dissolving back in at the end. This one doesn't quite deserve to be in the A tier, so in my opinion, it should go into the B tier. Now, Singularity is a very simple goal explosion. What I like most about this goal explosion is the second pop it has and that little distortion before the second pop as well. The other cool thing I really like about this is the colors it has and the geometric pattern it has throughout the whole explosion effect. It looks futuristic and very vaporwave, certainly deserving its spot here in the A tier. The next one is a really pretty sight to see. Let's take a look at Lantern Lift. It's a bunch of flying lanterns floating through the air. The effect itself isn't much compared to something else like Singularity or Solar Flare, but this one is fantastic in a sense that you don't see flying lanterns every day, and it's just something sort of out of nowhere. It's a bit of an unexpected feeling you get from this that really makes it shine. I kind of really like this one. I'm going to put it into the A tier. Now, this goal explosion is very unique. It's something that caught me off guard when I first saw it compared to all of the other explosions. Juiced sprays a bunch, and I say a bunch of fruits and juices all over the goal when it activates, making this a really cool looking explosion. the type you can see in action movies when they just blew up a fruit stand. I like this one because it's a bit goofy, but also kind of cool. If I could get my hands on it, I can see myself using it for a bit, but eventually changing my goal explosion up again, so let's go ahead and put this one into the C tier. Now this one is way too cool. This goal explosion is, as its name suggests, a gravity bomb. But before it disappears, it turns into a black hole, and it has this cool animation where it sucks up all of the nearby cars and then just fades into nothing. The fact that this has that effect where it interacts with nearby cars and doesn't just push them away is amazing. Definitely worthy of at least the B tier. Before we go on to our final 2 goal explosions, we want to thank you guys for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and click or tap that bell to get notified about our latest videos. Also, hit that like button. This lets us know that you want to see more content just like this. Now let's get into those last 2, starting with the Digiglobe. Digiglobe summons up a holographic globe when you score a goal, and it really looks pretty cool. Every time I see this, it makes me feel like I'm Iron Man using Jarvis to look at the world or planet. It's futuristic and it looks kind of nice. I've got this one going in the C tier. Now for our final goal explosion, Atomizer. This one is just a blast to have really, and not only does it have a long-lasting effect that you can watch happen, it also has a pretty fitting color scheme to go along with it. The animation of this is also fitting of its name, and to be honest, it makes it feel like the goal I just scored just became particles, and I really love this goal explosion. This one is S tier material for me. Now let's do that and end this tier list on a high note. Let's put it in the S tier. And those are our ranking, guys. Which goal explosions would you move up or down? I want to thank you guys for checking out this video. I'm going to get out of here now, but before I do, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click or tap that bell to get notified about our latest videos. Check out our other videos. Also, hit that like button. This lets us know that you want to see more content just like this. I'll catch you guys later.